हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hello friends, we are trying to learn Bhagavad Gita's shlokas pertaining to the subject soul and the super soul. We have understood what is soul in the previous lectures. We are now trying to understand the relation between the soul and the super soul. We have tried to understand the super soul also. Am Sarvasya Prabhavo. He is the supreme controller. We have also tried to learn this from Brahma Sahita. Ishvara Paramah Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Radhir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Now we are trying to learn the relationship. What is our relation to Lord Krishna? We are trying to understand, we are having lot of sorrows, lot of grief, lot of troubles, lot of problems, lot of challenges. Even we try to do some enjoyment, we have to pay for it. Or even we think that that is an enjoyment, it appears to be actually a trouble. So I told you, this sorrow, grief and even the word enjoyment is actually nothing but an illusion. Why we are always in a tension or in a sorrow or in a grief? Why we feel that we are nothing in this world? This depression or this low feeling is because we are not understanding actually what we are. Actually, we should inquire, who am I? Who is God? And what is my relation with God? In the last lecture, we have seen we are the past and our soul is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Our soul, which is eternal, is coming from the eternal God, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the creator and the annihilator. He creates, he annihilates. Prabhava pralayasya. So it means he is the supreme authority. From every sloka, every word of Bhagavad Gita, what we come to know that he is the supreme power. He is the controller. He is the doer. He is doing. He is creating. He is doing. He is annihilating. The limited independence which we have got is that we can try to take some independent decisions. But whether that independent decisions, can we fulfill those decisions? In other words, can we fulfill our desires? Can we fulfill our wishes? Again, that depends on Lord Krishna. Because He is the controller of even our senses. He is the controller of the energy which is in our soul. He is the controller of the soul because the soul is emanated from Him. We have seen that He is our Father. Our soul is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. The consciousness or the energy of the soul is also regulated by Lord Krishna. Everything is Lord Krishna. We'll try to see some more shlokas. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, shlok 6, verse 6. Etat yonini bhutani. We have to sing this. Etat yonini bhutani sarvaniti upadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha. I will repeat this for you. Etat yonini bhutani sarvaniti upadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha. Etat yonini bhutani sarvaniti upadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha. We'll try to understand this shloka in English. All created beings have their source in their two natures. I am telling you, everything is coming from Krishna. Everything is emanated from Krishna. Now we are trying to understand what all things more and more are coming from Krishna. Try to see each and every part what is coming from Krishna. All created beings, when everything is coming from Krishna, emanated from Krishna, naturally all created beings have their source in their two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual. In this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. Pralaya, Prabhava, Pralayasthatha. All the created beings have their source in their two natures. All the created beings which are being created by God are actually having two natures. One is material nature and another one is spiritual nature. Okay, first we will try to learn the translation. We will try to see the exact translation. All created beings have their source in these two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world. Know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. So what Lord Krishna does, He is creating the material nature, He is creating the spiritual nature. Everything, all created beings are made up of two types. One is of material nature and one is of spiritual nature. And Lord Krishna says, whatever is material and spiritual, the origin is from me and the dissolution is from me. So some people say, Lord Shiva does the annihilation, pralaya. Lord Shiva is called the Pralayankari. He annihilates. He is the death giver. So many people actually devote Lord Shiva. They think that if we devote Lord Shiva, our death will be postponed. We will have a longer life. I will not say it is wrong. I am not saying it is wrong. But the power of annihilation given to Lord Shiva is given by whom? It is given by Lord Krishna. If the supervisor of a factory is supervising a certain group of laborers, will you think him as a director? He is only observing whether the workers are working properly or not. That is his job, and reporting. That is what Lord Shiva is. Lord Shiva, we have seen in many of the slokas previously that Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. Lord Brahma is the creator, Lord Vishnu is the maintainer, and Lord Shiva is the annihilator. All these three posts are actually being created by Lord Krishna, and the persons sitting on that post, we denote them by their posts. Lord Brahma is one post, Lord Vishnu is another post, and Lord Shiva is another post. All these demigods, Lord Vishnu is actually primary expansion because he is of Vishnu Tattva. But Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they are actually a post. And when an advanced soul, that I was telling you in the preliminary lectures, first 2-3 lectures, an advanced soul goes in that post and work for Lord Krishna, which actually they are doing the service of Lord Krishna. We will try to learn more. Everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit, that we have seen. Our body is matter, our soul is spirit. We have to come out of this material world. It means we have to come out of this body because this body is matter. When body dies, it becomes a simple matter because it is not having the soul, that we have seen. The matter is actually a simple matter and the spirit is transcendental. But in Vaikuntha Lokas, Krishna's home, everything is pure, transcendental, nothing of matter. So no sorrow, no birth and death, no grief, no troubles, no problems, etc. Why we want to leave this material world actually? If I go to America, I am again facing life, birth, death. Disease and old age. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. I am going to face the same even in America. If I go to Russia, I am still going to face the same. And believe me, if you go to Brahmaloka, even you are going to face the same. The lifespan will be different, timing will be different, lifestyle will be different, but the rules are again applicable. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Maybe in some planets, some divine planets, some Devi Devatas planets are not having old age and disease. But life and death, they are having. Again you will get a new body. Again you will come back to this material world. Now we have to understand why again and again we have to come back with this material world. Actually, as our father is Krishna, we have seen that. We were actually staying with Krishna, with our father. But as a normal human being feels, when we were staying with Krishna, we felt that if I leave my father's place and if I go away from my father, instead of following the rules of my father, if I leave my father and live at some place where I can enjoy freedom and all those things which I was enjoying under the control of my father. When this wish, a Jiva Tattva wishes, when this wish, a living being or a Jiva Tattva wishes or desires, he is thrown to the material world. Okay, it was your wish. So now you are transferred to the material world. I will use the word thrown. But people who think that, yeah, what is wrong in that? The children or the child or the son or the daughter, if he is becoming independent, what is wrong in that? But are we really independent? No. Everything is created and maintained by Lord Krishna. That actually knowledge, even if we are having, still we feel that if we live independently without the rules and regulations of the Father, we think that we can live more happily. But actually when son goes away from Father and tries to find his own entity, that is actually which is called Maya. It is actually our nonsense that we wished to live in Maya, we wished to enjoy Maya. That is why we are out of this world to the material world. So now what is our objective of life? Every now and then I am telling you we are coming from Krishna, okay. Now what? See, what should be our objective of our life? What should be our goal in our life? It should be actually going back to our Father. That is our Krishna. We will try to learn how it is. Why we should have this objective? Everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit, transcendental. But in Vaikuntha Lokas, Krishna's home, everything is pure and transcendental. Nothing of matter. So no sorrow, birth, death, disease, old age, grief, troubles, problems, challenges. Everything is in spiritual happiness. Which is called transcendental happiness. Whenever I use the word transcendental, it is called as spiritual. When I say enjoyment, it is of this material world. Which we think that enjoyment gives us happiness, that is absolutely wrong, that I am always telling you. Doing enjoyment, something is more costlier than tolerating grief, than tolerating troubles. Solution becomes more problematic than the problem itself. Transcendental, nothing of matter. So no sorrow, birth, death, old age, disease, grief, troubles, problems, etc. Everything is in spiritual happiness, which is called as transcendental happiness. Three types of transcendental happiness are there. Ananda, which is called as, there are three types emotions. One is called transcendental, which is called Ananda. Then it is called, second is enjoyment, which is called Sukh. And third is sorrow, which is called Dukh. Ananda, Sukh and Dukh. When we are attached to the material world, we always get Sukh and Dukh. But when we are attached to the transcendental world, we get eternal happiness. Enjoyment and sorrow has nothing to do with happiness. That is what we are going to learn. The origin of the whole material creation is the soul, the spiritual energy. This material body is developed because spirit is developed within the matter, because a child is grown to boyhood and boyhood to manhood, because this spiritual energy, the soul is present. Two types of spiritual nature we are seeing. One is material nature and one is spiritual nature. Spiritual nature is actually what we should be, but we are attracted to the material nature. And that is which a big blunder we do. And that is why we are all facing problems. The spirit soul can manifest matter, but matter cannot manifest or produce spirit soul. Like a dead body, a dead mother cannot be pregnant. A dead mother can't be pregnant. She cannot create another soul. But a soul which is living can have a child, because the matter has nothing to do with life. And whatever, when we say na, मुझे life में कुछ करना है, actually what you are speaking is when you are alive. Then when you think of doing मुझे life के साथ कुछ करना है, actually what problem is, you are going to the matter which is already dead. You are going to the material which is already dead. You think by material solutions you can find, by taking material efforts you can find a solution for a spiritual thing. I am telling you what mistakes we do in life. We try to find material solution for the spiritual effect. Good deeds and past deeds which are affected in our soul, because of that we are facing problems, and we are trying to find good deeds and bad deeds is all that spiritual things, because of which we are facing problem. But when we try to find out the solution, we are trying to do all the material efforts for that, but we are not doing any spiritual effort, which is actually wrong. Every problem is actually a material problem, or actually is a spiritual problem. To overcome that problem, to find a solution of that problem, we have to go to spiritual world or spiritual study or spiritual books to find a solution. Okay. Similarly, manifestation of the gigantic universe is developed because of the presence of the super soul, Vishnu. The entire world which is developed is because of Vishnu, who is the super soul. Therefore, the spirit and matter which combines to manifest the gigantic universe are originally two energies of the Lord. Lord has created two energies. One is material and one is spiritual. Why Lord has created a material universe? Why Dad is actually teaching you, making you well educated, that you can earn more. But Dad also teaches you that I am the controller. Now it becomes your wish. Once you are becoming a doctor, you can kick away your father and go away and enjoy yourself. That is actually the attraction created by Lord Krishna himself. But an intelligent person, an intelligent son always understands that whatever I am doing is because of my father. And I should stay with my father. I should not go away from my father, because whatever my parents have done to me, whatever my father is giving to me, or whatever my father is doing to me, is actually what is the correct thing for me. Actually, the gigantic universe is created by two things. One is the material nature and another one is the spiritual nature. A spiritual can create material, but a material thing cannot create spirit. We will try to understand it more. The matter and spiritual energy. These two energies are the main energies. The fragmented part and parcel of Supreme Soul, Lord Krishna, the soul can created by a skyscraper, big factory or even big city, but he cannot be the cause of a big universe. The fragmented part, mere the smallest part, 1/1,000,000th part of the tip of the hair is the soul. It can create a big factory, it can create a big home, coming in contact with the matter, but it cannot create a big universe. So we can understand that the cause of this universe is the big soul, big spiritual energy. Smaller energy like us, Atma, which we say, we are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, that we have seen. Smallest part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Minute, which cannot be seen under a microscope also, that we have learned in previous lectures. We can create a factory, we can create a big bungalow, we can create even a city, but we can't create the entire universe. We can't even learn about the entire universe. Even some of our telescopes can't show the entire universe. Forget about creating it. The cause of the universe is the big soul. So we require big spiritual energy to make this entire world. We have seen this material energy is actually created because of the spiritual energy. Material energy cannot create spiritual energy, but spiritual energy can create material energy. Spiritual energy can create material things, but material things cannot create spiritual energy. Actually, material doesn't have any energy. The cause of the universe is the big soul, big spiritual energy, the super soul. And Krishna is the cause of all big souls, and therefore he is the cause of all causes. That is what we have seen in Brahma Samhita. He is the cause of all causes. Sarva karanasya karanam. That is what is the slok which we were learning from the third or fourth lecture. What we are trying to see here is, the universe is not created by a small particle, part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Actually, it requires a big energy, a big super soul. For a particular area, there is a transformer for light. For some more big area, there is more big transformer. Some more big area, there is actually a plant. So for a certain group of people or a certain group of area, we require a plant to produce electricity. But when we are coming to creating a universe, can we do that? It is not possible. So that creating a universe has to be required more spiritual energy. And that spiritual energy is actually Lord Krishna. Only he can do that. Because he is the ultimate energy. He is the ultimate source. He is not the source, he is the energy from which we think that he is the source. He is aiming all the energy to create, to manifest, to create, to maintain and to annihilate. So big soul, spiritual energy, the super soul. And Krishna is the cause of all big and small souls. So we require super soul, a big soul. This big soul is also created by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has created a small particle like our Atma, our soul. Even though Lord Krishna has also created a big soul. In my building, I am having a power source in the ground floor. For my complex, it is one transformer. For entire area, there is one big plant. Everything is created by that big plant is also created by God. That energy source of creating the universe I am speaking is created by God. And that energy source is the super soul. And that super soul and the soul both are created by Krishna. Super soul is also created by Krishna and the soul is also created by Krishna. And this he is actually he is the creator of all the small and the big souls. He is the cause of all the small and the big souls. This shows that therefore he is the cause of all causes. In terms of what we are going to learn, see, we will learn another slok. We will come to know about it. Chapter 7th, 10th slok. Chapter 7th, 10th verse. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam viddhi partha sanatanam. बुद्धिर बुद्धिमताम अस्मि तेजस तेजस्विनाम अहम बीजमाम सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम बुद्धिर बुद्धिमताम अस्मि तेजस तेजस्विनाम अहम. We'll sing this again. बीजम माम सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम बुद्धिर बुद्धिमताम अस्मि तेजस तेजस्विनाम अहम. This is narrated by Lord Krishna. He is speaking with Arjuna and trying to teach him what is right and what is wrong. At that time, previously he is telling him about himself, about the soul, about the constitutional position of what Arjuna is. Then he is also telling what Krishna is, what he himself is. Now he is telling what is the relation between Arjuna and Krishna. We are learning this from Bhagavad Gita. Actually, I would like to refer it again, which is by Maharshi Vedavyasa, who is incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So we can say this has been actually certified by Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu has compiled this Bhagavad Gita in Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita in Bhishma Parva in Mahabharata, compiled by Vedavyas, who is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. It means which is certified. Actually, Lord Vishnu has published this Bhagavad Gita. Lord Vishnu has compiled this Bhagavad Gita for us. We will try to understand the translation in English. O son of Pratha, know that I am the original seed of all existence. The intelligence of all the intelligent and the prowess of all powerful men. I will read the translation again for you. O son of Pratha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. Not only existence, existences. I am the original seed of all existences. Sarvabhutana. O son of Pratha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. The intelligence of the intelligent and the prowess of all powerful men. Try to see the explanation. Bijam means seed. Bijam means seed. Krishna is the seed of everything. There are scope of 84 lakh species which are of two types, moving and inert. Birds, animals, human, reptiles are moving living beings, and trees and plants are inert living beings. But they cannot move, they can stand. In all cases, however, the seed of the life is Krishna. Everywhere there is Krishna. Now learn that whatever you see, whatever you do, whatever you speak, whatever you talk, whatever you understand, everything is Krishna. There are scope of 84 lakh species which are of two types. Now, who must have created this 84 lakh species? Again, Lord Krishna, because material energy also is coming from him. There are scope of 84 lakh species which are of two types, moving and inert. Moving means who can walk, and those who cannot walk. Birds, animals, human, reptiles are moving, they can walk, go here and there. And trees and plants are inert. They cannot walk, they stand on one place. In all the cases, however, the seed of life is Krishna. So everywhere, when I say the soul is transcendental, please understand, everywhere, everything is transcendental if we see by the eyes of spiritual. If we see by the eyes of our intelligence of spirituality, everything is transcendental. But still not. Why? Because they are not connected to Krishna. They are not getting connected to Krishna. I am also transcendental. My human body, my soul is all transcendental because it is all coming from Krishna. But what I lack is now is that I am not getting connected with Krishna. That is actually my main drawback of entire life. When you say about life, this body cannot be said as life, because when we die, the body becomes dead, not the soul. So when we say about life, I am again and again telling you, when we say about life, if you want to cherish your life, think about the spiritual energy, because that is what is life. That when we say life, think about the soul. That is what is called as life. When the soul goes away, the body becomes dead. So we need not think about this body. This body itself is running by the soul, which is actually the spiritual energy which is created by Krishna. That is what we are learning here. The seed of this is from Krishna. According to Vedic literature, or the supreme absolute truth is that from which everything is emanating. Krishna is the Parabrahman, the supreme spirit. Vedic literature means we are trying to learn the supreme absolute truth. Right now we were in a illusion that this is true. Now we are removing this illusion. We are trying to overcome this illusion. भ्रम में थे अब तक हम लोग, अब उस भ्रम से बाहर आना चाहते हैं. So is that from which everything is emanating. Supreme absolute truth is that from which everything is emanating. Clearly given in Vedas, it is clearly given. What is the supreme absolute truth? We are trying to understand in Vedas. The supreme absolute truth is that from which everything is emanating. Bhagavan Krishna says, Lord Krishna says in 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, everything emanates from me, matta sarva pravartante. Emanating. Krishna is the Parabrahman, that's the supreme spirit. Brahman, Parabrahman. We can understand up to Brahman, Brahmaji, or Brahman, the effulgence of Krishna. But we cannot understand the Parabrahman. Ishvara Paramah, controller of controllers, the root of everything is Lord Krishna. We will try to learn more. Brahman, again I am trying to explain this. Brahman is impersonal. It is actually the effulgence, the light which Krishna is emanating, which is emanating from Lord Krishna. If one is eager or wishes to devote Brahman or Brahmajyoti, his soul gets dissolved or absorbed in Brahmajyoti. Some people say, Brahmasya Swami, there is one sloka, Aham Brahmasya. And they want to actually see the light. And they want to get absorbed in the Brahmajyoti. But what is Brahmajyoti, we are not understanding. So what I am saying from the beginning is, first we will try to learn what is what, and then we will try to. I have not told you anything of how to get connected with Krishna. I am going to start that, but I am not yet telling you why. Because first you understand. See, when you get the knowledge, then only you can trust. When you get some contract papers, what happens? You don't just blindly sign it. You first read the contract. Try to understand whether the contract is in your favor or not. And if you find it everything is favor, everything is as per the law, everything is as per the rules and regulations of the company, then only you sign the contract. So first we are reading the contract. Right now we are just taking the knowledge. We are not yet signing. We will see, again take more knowledge. What is Brahman? Brahman is impersonal. It is actually the effulgence, the light which is emanating from Krishna. Swayam Prakash. Lord Krishna, wherever he goes, he is emanating light. He doesn't require extra light to see anything. We require a bulb to see something. We are made of material. Lord Krishna is spiritual. So the light is emanating from him. And that is actually called a Brahmajyoti. So much of light. It's not 100-watt bulb here. It is kilos and kilos of watt of bulb. So much of light, so much of effulgence is coming out from Krishna. We have seen some avatars. There is a light behind that head, behind their heads. Actually, there is chakra of light. That is a minimal effulgence, which we can see by our own eyes. But the actual effulgence of Krishna, you cannot see from your own eyes. That is why, in the chapter Vishwarup Yoga, when the Lord took a Vishwarup form, at that time, Lord Krishna gave a Divya Drushti to a divine vision to Arjuna to see his Vishwarup form. That is the Brahmajyoti. Even the spirit which is in Brahmajyoti, even the spirit which is Brahmajyoti can take birth again in material universe. Those people who are worshipping Brahmajyoti or worshipping what they wish. See, when you worship, you should have a good wish. See, many persons have a wish, okay. There is a famous example, that is why I am giving this example. Some Matajis or ladies are having previous times, I don't know the today's times, that okay, their Sasuma, it means mother-in-law, husband's mother, her mouth should be shut permanently. This kind of wishes some Matajis are having. So now, is this the wish that God should fulfill your wish? Don't you should have a better wish? Don't you feel you should have better wish? Don't you feel you should have a wish which will make you good for the entire life? We will think about that. That is impersonal Brahman is only the light emanating from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna's spiritual form. But Lord Krishna is himself personal, having a form made up of entire spiritual energy, and who is the root of even Brahmajyoti. Lord Krishna is not a post. He is himself available. He is personal. He is a personality. He is personal like you and me. He is having emotions. He can walk, talk like you and me. What he is doing in Mahabharata? He is talking to Arjuna. He is exactly human like us, but his energy, that we should understand. His energy is all spiritual. His eyes are spiritual, his ears are spiritual, his nose is spiritual, everything is spiritual. See, I will tell you one thing about Krishna. Lord Krishna, when we offer some Naivedya in Hindi or Marathi, offer some food to God, we chant some mantras and offer the food to God. You know, he can eat from the mouth. I will not say he doesn't. He can eat from mouth. We actually eat the food from our mouth. But Lord Krishna can also eat by eyes, can also eat by ears, can also eat by head, can also eat by nose. That is what is Lord Krishna. So when we offer the food to Lord Krishna, actually nothing is emptied. Everything is as it is. Why? Because he is eating from his other eyes. He is taking the santosh, satisfaction from that. And the remnant part of the food, after giving to the God, which is the remnant part of the food, that we should eat. We should not eat the food as it is. We are preparing the food and eating. But we know that if I am from Krishna, my soul is Krishna, there is some soul and there is some material body with the soul who has created this food. So again it is because of Krishna. I am keeping it free in the fridge but I should know that there is one soul which is having a body who has created this fridge, and because of which I can keep my food in fridge, now, or keep my vegetables in fridge. So again it is done by Krishna. We have seen the material energy and the spiritual energy, everything is emanating from Krishna. We will try to learn more. So if someone wants to go to Brahmajyoti, he can very well pray to Brahmajyoti. But again, Brahmajyoti is from Krishna. So Krishna also is the root of Brahmajyoti. But Lord Krishna is himself person, that we were learning, having a form made up of entire spiritual energy, who is the root of even Brahmajyoti. Krishna is the source of everything. He is the root. That we have concluded. Lord Krishna is the source of everything. So everywhere just see Krishna, nothing else. As a root of the tree maintains, now the most important part in your life, who will maintain me and my family? The most important part. As a root of the tree maintains the whole tree, Krishna being the original root of all the things, maintains everything in this material manifestation. Everything which is created by Krishna is maintained by Krishna. I am thinking that my wife and my children are maintained because of I work. That is called is Brahm. That is called is illusion. That is called is Maya. That is why I am telling you, find out the absolute truth. What is absolute truth? The absolute truth is, as a root of the tree maintains the whole tree. It maintains the branches, it maintains the fruit, it maintains the leaves, everything is maintained by it, maintains the stem, everything is maintained by the root. Same way, being the original root of all the things he has written. The soul, the material, the transcendental, everything, the root is Lord Krishna. So maintains everything in this material manifestation. Whatever is manifestation means forms. Whatever is in material form, he maintains that. Whatever is in transcendental form, he maintains that. He is the maintainer. Then to whom we should worship? We should worship our wife. We should worship our children. We should worship our boss. We should worship our Devi Devatas, who are actually giving us the fruits of pious activities, giving us punya and pap, giving us punya, we are doing pap. And sukh or dukh के हम साथ जीते रहते हैं. That is what we are doing the entire life. To whom we should? If the Lord says, I am the maintainer, and Vishnu is certifying that, if we think that Lord Krishna is the maintainer, then why to go to a clerk and worship him? Why to go to general manager and worship him? Can't we go directly to the director and worship him? We should keep the clerk and the general manager happy. Remember that, because they are also reporting to Krishna. But that doesn't mean we should worship the entire life. To keeping happy and worshipping are both two different things. Respecting and loving are both two different things. General manager is also respectable. He is up to that post. But that doesn't mean he should be the object of worship. The object of worship should, who is actually maintaining us. The actually who is maintaining us is Lord Krishna, that he has explained in this. This is confirmed in Vedic literature. I have told you, I will not tell you anything outside this. I will tell you from which has been coming from Vedas. This is confirmed in Vedic literature. Nityo nityanam, chetanas chetananam. Eko bahunam yo viddhati kaman. Nityo nityanam, chetanas chetananam. Eko bahuna yo viddhati kaman. Nityo nityana. We will try to understand this slok. He is the prime eternal among all eternals. We have seen He is the prime eternal of all eternals. Whatever is eternal, whatever is permanent, he is the prime eternal. Chaitanya Chetananam. He is the supreme living entity of all the living entities. That is confirmed in Vedas. Katha Upanishad, second canto, second chapter, 13th verse. In Hindi, Dvitiya Skanda, Dvitiya Adhyay, 13वां श्लोक, if you can understand better. Second canto, second chapter, 13th श्लोक. नित्यो नित्यानाम, चेतन चेतनानाम, एको बहुनाम, यो विद्याति कामा. He is the supreme living entity, Chaitanya Chetananam. Chetan means soul. And उसका भी चेतन और एक चेतन, उसका चेतन और एक चेतन. So he is the supreme living entity of all the living entities. So he is the supreme. Chaitanya Chetananam. He alone is maintaining all life. He is single-handedly maintaining all the life. Krishna is the root of all intelligence. Unless a person is intelligent, he cannot understand the supreme personality of Godhead. That is why I am telling you, you are having a human form, human body, which is having a human intelligence. Cats and dogs cannot understand. But you as a human being, something which is you are having as an intelligence, which you are intelligently handling the certain problems, you are intelligently collecting the things of enjoyment, the intelligently getting the knowledge of how to enjoy by yourself is actually the wrong knowledge. Intelligent thing is you have to understand Lord Krishna, because the intelligence of the intelligent comes from Lord Krishna. Now what will you intelligently do? The intelligence, it is said in this shloka. You are seeing which part of the shloka? Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. It is said in this shloka 7.10. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Krishna is the root of all intelligences. All intelligence. Root, main. What more do you want? Root of all intelligence. Unless a person is intelligent, and see again, we are now caught in a cycle. Unless a person is intelligent, he cannot understand Krishna, and we are getting the intelligence from Krishna. So why our intelligence is limited? Because we think that we are intelligent because we do meditation. We are intelligent because I do a lot of gym, lot of exercise. I am intelligent because I eat, vitamins, proteins, and that things. My diet is so particular. That is why I am gaining so much of brain power. There are some supreme persons. They are saying that because I am not married, I am an intelligent person. Jitni muh utni batein. But where is the intelligence is coming from? The intelligence, the abstract thing, is coming from Lord Krishna. And one who is intelligent can only understand Lord Krishna. That is actually the main thing which we have to understand in the life. All this time you were taking the efforts, running after, which is actually not the solution. It is actually the word problem. For solution also you are going to a problem. Remember this. Material problem, spiritual solution. That you have to understand. Everything material is a problem. So don't go to material things. Just avoid, neglect, reject. But how is that possible? Just get connected to the spiritual. Once you are getting the spiritual energy, you will not require material things. Some Devi Devatas, they can fly. They don't require a car because they are having spiritual energy. You people are not having spiritual energy. And you think that I am the car owner means I am having everything in my life. Once I am having a flat owner means I am having everything in my life. And try to go to Devi Devata Slok. How much nicely they are staying, having a king life. Indra, Lord Indra. Have you gone to Indra Darbar? Have you seen some Apsaras? I am just giving you an example. See, what you are thinking is good or the best for you is actually absolutely nothing Nothing in front of what you can get. That is what I am trying to explain. You are just earning 2000 rupees per month, where you can earn 2 crore rupees per month. That is just an example. That we have to understand. We will try to learn another sloka. I will be after you, don't worry. 14th chapter, 4th sloka. 14th chapter, 4th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha. Tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradha pita. We'll try to learn this again. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha. Tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradha pita. Sarva yonishu, we will try to sing this. This is the, actually you are not understanding the importance of this. I am always teaching you, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Krishna. He is the controller. He is the maintainer. He is everything. The words these are spoken by Lord Krishna. Understand it seriously. Sarva yonishu, he is not discriminating. The first thing, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, no. This religion, that Hindu religion, this religion, that religion, no. Sarva yonishu. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradha pita. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradha pita. It should be understood. Again, we are calling our intelligence, which intelligence is given by Krishna. This intelligence we are using for understanding Krishna. So nice. जिससे मिला है उसको तो कुछ मिलना चाहिए ना भाई. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed giving father. He is telling you that he is the father. Don't leave your father. Nothing is possible for you if you leave your father, because whatever energy inside you is because of your father. Okay. In this verse, it is clearly explained that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is father of all living entities. What more knowledge do you want? Okay, we'll learn ahead. Less time. The living entities are combinations of material and spiritual nature. Material nature and spiritual nature. Material things and the spiritual nature. Such living entities are seen even in Brahmaloka planets. A human being or any living being is actually two things: spiritual nature and material nature. Spiritual soul and material body. Material is actually dead, it is just a matter. Spiritual is actually an energy. From these two combinations, there are living beings. Such living entities are seen even in Brahmalokas. Even in Brahmaloka, these living entities are there. Planets. It is there in all over the planets. The planet of Brahma, in all planets, there are living entities within all over the earth. Within water, within fire also. There are living entities within water and within fire also. See, even Brahma is a living being. So it means some people, when they are having problems, they go to fortune teller, Kundali reader, astrology. Now I got the correct word. They go to astrologers. They try to understand how can I overcome this problem, and then that astrologer tells you, okay, you go to see your guru or Jupiter is in, say, retro. Your Jupiter is in retrograded, so you go to or you chant the mantra of Jupiter, Om Shri Gurave Namah. Jupiter means Guru. Or you wear a ring which is having the Ratna of a particular planet, Pearl or something like that, and then all your problems will be solved. All the living entities are the combinations of material nature and the spiritual nature. Such living entities are seen even in Brahmaloka planets, the planet of Brahma. In all planets, there are living entities within all over the earth, within water, within fire, everywhere there are all living entities, and the seed of those living entities is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. I will go ahead. Krishna, the Father, gives the spiritual seed to the material nature, mother, and material world is impregnated. Even your father, the seed is given by father to the mother, and the mother gets impregnated. Same what human beings, same it does what the Krishna does. Krishna is the seed giving father, and it impregnates the material nature. But that seed is Krishna. Aham bija pradha pita. That we are understanding. Mother and material world is impregnated, which comes out in various forms. You give birth to different children. At that time of creation, according to their past deeds, whatever their past deeds are, they get the form. But who is impregnating the mother? The mother. We think, we are not wrong, that my father gives the seed to mother. Once I have explained you this, how the Atma comes in the father, and that Atma is given to the mother's womb, and that mother's womb generates the body, and then body is formed, and a child is formed in her womb. She becomes pregnant, and when she delivers, delivery is done, a child comes out of her womb, and then there is a small baby. All this process, the seed is coming from Lord Krishna. Aham bija prada pita. He says that. Lord Vishnu certifies that. Does Lord Vishnu say, I am the controller? No. Lord Vishnu certifies that Lord Krishna is the controller. Why I am always speaking about Lord Vishnu is certifying? Because many people are saying that Lord Krishna is incarnation of Lord Vishnu. I am trying to learn this, and I am also sharing with you. Is it right? We will try to learn again some more. Krishna the Father gives the spiritual seed to the material nature and mother, and material world is impregnated. Anda, Brahmanda means under, which comes out in various forms at the time of creation according to their past deeds. Whatever form we are getting according to our past deeds. See, if Krishna is doing everything, what is the importance of the deed? Krishna has given us a limited independence. In our karmanya adhikarasti, if you have heard the slok, we will take the slok later on when I will come to karma. Actually, the karma, doing the karma, the independence is with us, because we are having the limited independence. Now, with that limited independence, how we act is more important. That we have learned in Mamai Vaso. How we are going to act with that limited independence, what we are going to do. See, your father is earning 1 lakh per month, but he is giving you some pocket money. He gives you, say, 1000 rupees per day. What the son does, he goes to a bar. Throws money on a bar girl. Drinks, eats nonsense things. Some may take drugs. I am just giving an example. I am not denoting to those persons. I am just giving an example. That is a particular son spends the money, pocket money which has been given to him by his father, 1000 rupees per day. किसी को तो 500 रुपये पर डे की सैलरी होती है. He is getting 1000 rupees per day. No? Another son, a good son, he takes this 1000 rupees, keeps it in a bank, 30,000 rupees per month. After some years, he takes a flat. Good investment. So now who is intelligent in both these two? The son who takes a flat is very intelligent, because simple, he has thought of the future. He has not thought of the present enjoyment. He can also enjoy, he can also drink Okay, not drinking, going to a better hotel, taking girlfriend to a particular hotel for eating purpose, taking girlfriend to a film. Nowadays it is common. But that boy who is intelligent, I will tell you where we require intelligence and what intelligence is coming from Krishna. This intelligence is coming from Krishna, that he thinks about the future. And this future, because he thinks about the future, he jama karta hai paisa. He saves some money in deposits and all that, and later on he takes a flat where he and his wife, his children live happily. खुद का flat है भाई. So that is what intelligence does. Now what is intelligence? It's investing your energy, your time in a proper way. Are we okay with it? Now again we are trying to understand the same thing we do with our life. You will tell me, sir, I am a manager in a company. I am a general manager in a company. I am a government officer. I am earning so much money. Still I am having a lot of problems. Now my money is only used to satisfy problems. Forget about enjoyment. I go to office morning 7 o'clock, I come night 8 o'clock. What kind of enjoyment I am going to? Sukh hai kahan? Sukh kidhar dikhta hai? Sukh hai hi nahi. I am just slogging. Correct. You are just slogging. Now you have understood. Now come to the real picture. What is the absolute truth? It's not the material world. First, remove the illusion. First, remove the thinking that this material thing is, or the human body, or the human activities is actually what is the solution. First, you forget to think that. That is, everything is a problem. Me doing a work in material life, we have to do because we have to maintain our family. But I will tell you how to do it. Is doing everything. I am not saying to leave everything. I am saying you to don't trust on those things. Why? Because the trust is on false thing. पेन से लिखना मत छोड़ो, बट पेन की वजह से नहीं लिख रहे हो, जो हाथ है पीछे उसकी वजह से लिख रहे हो. वॉट एवर यू आर राइटिंग विथ ए पेन, डोंट ट्रस्ट द पेन. इट इज जस्ट अ मैटर. द सोल which is in your body, because of which you are able to write, that is important. That I am telling you. First you try to learn that. First you try to learn what is the truth, and what is the truth. Happiness the pen cannot enjoy. That is what is material happiness. Putting a good refill in the pen, that doesn't mean pen is enjoying. It is a matter. But the soul who is writing, he enjoys writing with his pen. The enjoyer is who has created this pen, who is maintaining this pen with different refills, and who is throwing away if it is broken. That is what is Lord Krishna. We are just a pen, and we think with limited intelligence, limited independence, we think that as a pen, we are thinking that we are the supreme enjoyer. It's not like that. It's Lord Krishna who is using you as a pen and writes. He is giving you good refills. This is just an example. The ink, which is the energy, is coming from him. The words getting written are because of him, because of his intelligence. The paper on which you write is material. That is also because of him. Everything is him. Nothing is away from him. No, you cannot go away from yourself. पानी में रहकर मगरमच्छ से बैर कर सकते हो, मगर पानी में रहकर पानी से ही बैर नहीं कर सकते. And that is what we have to apply here. You are being enemy of certain thing which is actually nothing if it is not in your life. The word nothing also is having some meaning which is actually from Krishna. The word nothing is also from Krishna. Everything is coming from Krishna. And what we are doing is, the object of our worship is everything other than Krishna. All our efforts are for everything other than Krishna. But whatever is coming is everything coming from Krishna. Material and spiritual comes together and forms the material world. Without matter cannot produce spiritual, but spiritual energy can produce matter. That we have seen. Everywhere the seed giver is Lord Krishna. And Bija Pradha Pita, the seed giver father, is Lord Krishna. Mamai Manso Jivaloke, the life soul is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, everything is created, everything is emanated from him. Prabhava Pralayasthatha, created by him, annihilated by him, maintained by him. Everything is Lord Krishna. I don't know how you people see beyond something beyond Krishna. There is nothing beyond Krishna. The word nothing has no meaning. The word nothing has no meaning if it is away from Krishna. Don't go away from Krishna. Get involved in this Krishna. Do everything for Krishna. We'll try to do something about for 2 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.